This is the Isinwheel M10. This is a budget-friendly entry-level e-bike that'll set you back about $500 on Amazon. But is it worth that $500? Well, we're going to take a deep dive into the pros and cons today and see if we can find out. And the first big pro is that this bike is extremely easy to put together. I had it done in a very casual 20 minutes, give or take a few. Special note, when you put a bike like this together, a lot of these come with the handlebar stem facing this way. You've got to loosen that up and flip it around. So I think the most challenging part of getting any e-bike put together is getting the front wheel on and getting the brake rotor lined up with the pads here. That's why I always put the seat and the handlebars on first and flip the bike upside down and then put the wheel on. But one thing you want to be aware of is that you want to make sure that you don't slam it down hard, and that's why I do this on grass, because you want to protect this controller here. And all of these bikes come with plenty of padding when they get shipped, so it's not a bad idea to just throw a little bit of extra padding under there while you do this too. Now it's just a matter of sliding the rotor down into the pads and the axle onto the forks, and it looks like I got it pretty quickly that time. Pretty easy. This box comes with some reflectors, your pedals, front axle. I am guessing this is the battery charging cable, owner's manual, and this is going to be all the tools you need to put the bike together. Also included with this bike is the world's cheapest tire pump, but if you got nothing to pump up your tires, the world's cheapest tire pump is better than no tire pump at all. And it also comes with a couple of fenders. I'm not going to put these on. I personally don't like the look of the fenders, but that's a personal preference. What they're for is putting on there to keep water from getting up on your back when you ride, but I almost never ride in the rain. I know the irony is that I'm putting this bike together right after it rained, but that's besides the point. I don't actually like the fenders, so I'm not going to put them on, but that's something that is going to be up to you whether you like them or not. Okay, here's the bike all put together, and I think for a cheap e-bike at this price point, this thing does look pretty good. And I think the frame looks really nice. You can get this in black or this grayish blue here. I opted for the grayish blue. I just like the color. The black doesn't look bad, but I just am more partial to this color right here. These tires are CST brand. I really don't know much about CST as a manufacturer, but they seem to feel pretty good, and they don't really feel super cheap, so I think they're going to hold out pretty well. And these tires are a little bit knobby, but not too much. I would say it's going to be great for gravel and grass and things like that, but not so much mud. The bike has disc brakes, which are more than adequate for stopping this lightweight bike. The brake levers seem to be pretty well built. The control screen is very plain Jane, but I don't mind that at all. It's easy to see even in bright sunlight, so as long as it gets the job done, I'm happy with it. We've got a Shimano 7-speed shifter over here. We've got suspension forks up front here. We can't adjust the tension and we can't lock them out, and as far as my tastes go, they are a little bit soft for me, but they might be perfect for somebody else. Here's our battery. It's a 32-volt, 10.4 amp-hour battery. We've got a Shimano tourney derailleur, and the bike is a 7-speed. And here's what the horn sounds like. The bike also includes this simple on and off tail light for riding at night. I almost never ride at night, so I'm not going to bother putting this on the bike. The bike weighs about 46 pounds, and coming from traditional bicycle world, that sounds like it weighs a ton, but in the world of e-bikes, that is not very heavy at all. The saddle is really nice. I'm actually surprised at how nice it is. This being a gel padded seat, it's really comfortable and got a lot of cushion to it. And we've got a lot of range on the seat here. This will accommodate riders who are 5'2" to 6'3". That is according to Isinwheel. I am 5'10" with a 30-inch inseam, and the bike fits me perfectly. So the bike is comfortable. It's got these nice comfort grips here, and the seat's comfortable enough. The front suspension It's a little bit softer than I prefer, but not bad. Now I'm going to take her off-road and see how she does through some grass here. It's not terrible, but it rides like you'd expect. It feels like a Walmart mountain bike would. I'm really relying on the throttle here a lot because it's hard to get the pedaling up to where I need it to be and keep it there on this off-road setup. I am still pedaling a bit and up a hill, no problems. One problem with this bike is that it is extremely laggy for the pedal assist to kick in. I'm counting about 9 cranks on the pedal assist before the motor kicks in to help you. To me, this isn't a huge deal. If you need immediate assistance from a motor, you can just roll back on the throttle and it will help you out immediately. And it's my best guess that this problem stems from the pedal assist sensitivity being set way too high. And I don't think there's a way to fix it on this bike. Normally you can go in and change those settings in your menu here, and you hold the plus and minus button, and then you push the power button to cycle through your P settings. So what we want to do is get to P11. But as you can see, we're only able to get through levels up to P4. So we can't get to the setting that we need to change that. And I have looked into every possible way that I know of to try and get to that setting, and I'm just not sure how to do it. I've looked up online and I've looked for like a hard reset on this. I can't find it, so that is really the biggest problem with this bike. Other than that, this bike's been pretty good. All of those problems aside, the bike is a lot of fun to ride. It feels like a Walmart mountain bike with a throttle when you need it, so you know, if your expectations aren't so high, it's going to be a lot of fun to ride. Here's throttle only, and we're going to try to get it up to 20 miles per hour as fast as we can. Here we go. .8. All right, we've hit 19.8 miles per hour, 19.9. I weigh 200 pounds, and we're at 19.9 miles. Oh, we just spiked up to 20 for just a second there, and it looks like 19.9 is what we could get out of it on flat ground, and I do weigh 200 pounds. Okay, now we're going to do that the other direction, and I am on pedal assist level 1. I'm going to take off, and we're going to see how fast we can get up to 20 under pedal assist levels. Again, this is pedal assist level 1. Looks like we capped out at about 10 miles per hour. I'm going to go up to pedal assist level 2. This takes us up to about 12, 13 miles per hour. Level 3, and this is where I really start to notice a difference. We're up to 15, and it looks like it caps out at about 15 miles per hour. Level 4, we're up to 17, about 18 miles per hour, 18 on the dot. And pedal assist level 5, and that got us up to, we're at 19.6. Okay, now we're at 20, and that's with me pedaling. So I haven't quite made it to 6 miles yet, and the battery level did just drop to 4 out of 5 bars, but I still think it's going to hold out fairly well. Fast forward a bit, the battery did not hold out near as well as I thought it would. I am down in pedal assist level 3 to conserve some of the battery, and I'm at 2 bars, but if I push it hard, it's going to drop down to 1 bar, and I've gotten about 13 miles on the trip. With that being said, I did ride the bike pretty hard, doing a lot of off-roading and hill climbing and mostly top speed riding, but with other bikes in this class, I've been able to get around 20 to 22 miles riding the exact same way. And that makes sense because the other bikes I've ridden in this class have 13 amp hour batteries, and this one has like a 10.4, 10.7 amp hour battery, so the battery life checks out for sure. Okay, so we are back to the beginning of the ride here. We are at 15 miles, 2 bars. It's teetering between 1 and 2 bars, and the voltage is at exactly 36. I wouldn't say it's got much more to go, maybe 1 or 2 miles. So I'd say about 17 miles on an average ride on a full charge. So is the bike worth it? Well, in my opinion, I think it is at this price point. This is what I call a cheap Amazon bike, and despite its shortcomings, it only comes in at around $500 to $550. Now, you might see it for like $299 or $250 or something like that, but then if you check the shipping, you're going to see that it gets rounded up to closer to that $500 to $550 mark. So if you're going to see it for like, you know, $299, it might come in at like $199 shipping, and that's how they always do that. If you find a bike that is in this class for cheaper than that, shipping included, buy that thing. Despite this bike's relatively minor shortcomings, I think it is well worth what you pay for it. It does fall into that category of a cheap Amazon bike that you're going to get for around $500. I would say that if you can get this bike on sale, or a Prime Day special, for example, or like additional goodies thrown in, this absolutely might be a bike that is worth considering, especially at its low price point. But I'm going to wrap up now. That's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.